Welcome to Whitefall Everlasting, a D&D campaign played with friends. When last we met, our heroes went and cleared through the mountainside cave in search of the mayor of the town, who had gone in after his son, who had been stolen by what it turned out to be the risen vampire spawn of the former of his former wife. Upon returning to the village, you guys reconvened after making sure that the remains were being disposed of properly, and made your way back to the tavern. And that is where we come back.
It is the next morning, isn't it?
It is the next morning.
We have had a sleep.
Good.
That was almost like, I don't even remember hardly any of that. It's like I wasn't here at all.
It was very late at night / early in the morning.
Yeah. It's a good thing I have multiple nightgowns.
Yes.
Yeah, that one didn't. Turns out that
Survive.
silk and vampire claws are. Yeah.
It's not a good look. It's really not.
All of my looks are good, Conrad, but I take it.
No, it's the clawy bit. It didn't do. It did not do your couture any favors.
I wave at the barman, or innkeeper, or.
Conrad wakes up a little bit later than everyone else because he's still sleeping.
I was the one who got nommed on by a vampire.
Well, she tried. It didn't quite work. Innkeep.
Blood loss. Sorry. I'm also dealing with a cat. Another cat. A different cat.
So, sorry, Johan. You said you got a hold of what?
The innkeep, the dude running the bar, the tavern.
Ah, yes. Hello.
Ah, good morning.
Good morning.
Could we have 5 meals, please? Do you have something for breakfast?
Certainly. Here, he hands you 5 menus for you guys to pick and choose your own breakfast.
All of the bacon?
As
Yes.
Conrad comes down, he eventually gets his menus like.
No, I don't think you understood what I said here. I said all of the bacon and eggs that you have.
You heard the largest plate. I meant.
Conrad's not good, so he's just going to hand his dice and says, his eyes are still half closed. Is there coffee on that?
There's coffee.
There is.
I would like coffee and donuts, please. And then he
Right.
puts his head down and is like,
After a
Could
while,
I have?
the kitchen staff brings out the breakfast that you order to a large table set towards the side of the main dining room. Relative privacy, especially since most people in the inn are kind of out and about for the day.
I cut open a donut, put bacon on the donut, close the donut, and eat the donut bacon sandwich.
Homemade artisanal donuts.
Yes.
Could I have a pint of coffee for my friend here?
A very large carafe is placed right in the middle of the table. The innkeeper, after hearing the exploits that you guys got up to in the middle of the night, figured that you may have needed basically all of the coffee that he had.
That's fair.
I break a
I would
donut in
also like
half,
some-
put one half of my pint of coffee, and
And
just
the-
drink the sledge down.
And a great deal of sugar.
Sugar is good. We like the sugar. And the sausage is. Conrad, have you tried the sausage?
Too busy eating bacon.
Menelil has tried the sausage. A lot of the sausage.
I don't think any of us are eating slow enough to, savor the taste of the food. Like, what did the sausage
I'm
taste
sure
like?
it's delicious.
It tasted like I'm no longer hungry.
Most delicious sausage I've ever had.
Definitely top 10 anyway.
Yay.
Yes, we have stuffed ourselves with and sipped delicately at our coffee in some cases, and not delicately in other cases.
The innkeeper walks over to your table and says, well, that was kind of a bit of excitement last night, wasn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah, that
It was
was
a nightgown.
Toward the end there, yeah. Luckily I don't think we'll have much problem from the cave in the future. I think we very fairly well took care of it last night, but we'll double check just to make sure the town's safe.
That's much appreciated. Breakfast is on the house today.
Thank you very much, sir.
Cheers.
Thank you. Stuffs more sausage.
So, if you're in town for a day and you've already rescued the young mayor's son, what
That's
do you
what
have,
us heroes do.
We were in the right place at the right time to make a difference.
Oh, can't imagine what you'd find time to do today.
We'll
Well-
find out.
I look at Duraza kind of meaningfully.
I'm sure we'll find something to occupy our time.
I can always experiment with these gem thingies.
Oh, Menelo.
Ah,
Yeah, sorry. I get excited. Could you show me how you do that?
I make it look like I want, and then I make it have magic.
It takes
Can
a
you
bit
show
of
me?
time. It takes a bit of effort. What Menelo's basically been doing is sort of brute forcing it.
Did you expect anything less?
Generally, enchanting gems like that takes about a week or so. Menel's has been brute forcing them. Just with the strength of her power. It remains to be seen what the long-term effects of that will be.
Probably explosions.
I mean, who can't use a good explosion sometimes?
Yeah.
Me. I raise my hand. I go, me.
They're shiny. Okay, deal with it.
They are very shiny, and I would. Could I see work sometime?
Sure.
That would be wonderful.
Like, y'all, Minalil literally just operates off of instinct. She's just shoving magic into the stones until something takes.
She is throwing magic against the wall and seeing what sticks to the remains of
Exactly.
the wall that aren't exploded.
So are we doing this?
Not right now, I don't think.
Okay.
But
I
I
mean, I
would.
have gems to work on now, but no. Probably
Yeah,
not.
maybe tonight.
Hmm?
Right now is breakfast. Then we check on Jonathan. Then we check on the cave, and then we check around town to see what's up.
Didn't we have that that glowy hole you found in the forest?
Yeah. Maybe we should also check to make sure that the pirates aren't dead from evil glowy tattoo thing.
Also,
Oh, yeah, pirates.
yeah. So how about this? Check on Jonathan first. Check on Pirate second. Make sure the cave is still, depopulated. Then we attend to that forest hole.
Yes.
This sounds like a plan.
Woo. Okay,
We
real
should
fast, point of
probably
order.
bring snacks.
Point of order, Kate, you said I needed, 450 gold and a gem to try and recreate the necklace thingy?
Yes.
Cool. I have a lot of gems that are worth 50 gold each now. Moving on.
All right.
Moving on to where? Where? how do we proceed?
Once we're done with breakfast, I'd say we go to check on Jonathan.
All right. So
I sort of surreptitiously get a couple of slices of bread and some bacon and make myself a bacon sandwich and kind of stick it in my pocket for later.
Menelil not so surreptitiously does the same.
just pocketfuls of bacon.
Mhm.
Okay.
Head sausage.
That's going to ruin your pockets. I hope you know that.
I can cast prestidigitation now.
Oh, well, fair play.
Yeah, the cloak is looking really nice.
I'm glad.
I don't think it's been this clean since I got it.
Ignore it. Like, if it starts doing anime sparkles every once in a while, that's just the magic. You can ignore it.
Oh, that happens to me all the time. I just whatever.
That's a class feature for you, Minalil.
So you guys make your way up to the mayor's mansion.
Mm-hmm.
A pair of guards bar your way.
What's the time?
It's
After breakfast.
it's about mid-morning.
I thought Conrad slept late.
Like, not that late.
Oh,
Yeah, it's probably like
Late compared
9:30,
to
10
y'all.
o'clock.
He was sleeping
Okay.
late until he smelled bacon.
gotcha. That's fair.
Good morning.
Morning.
We'd like to see the mayor if it's at all possible. We have something of his.
Do you have an appointment?
We do not have an appointment, but we kind of saved his son last night.
I could make an appointment. Would my name be impressive enough for that, sir?
Depends on the name.
God damn it! I have said this so many times perfectly fine.
Percival Frederickstein von Musel.
Kowalski.
Damn it.
Wazowski
The role of the third.
Anyway,
This is Princess Menlil Alagosin Manadrin of Stormcrest.
The guards look at each other. This is Stormcrest. Long way away.
yep.
Got any identification?
I have my seal ring and my beautiful face.
He inspects your ring. Does not inspect your face because that would be creepy. Seems in order. Go on, leave your weapons.
Okay.
All right. So I'm handing him my Morningstar. I'm handing him my shield. I'm handing him my longsword. I'm handing him my dagger.
Menelil is going to mutter very quietly under her breath, specifically to Conrad. How easy would it be to fake a seal ring?
Conrad is looking at the guard and says, unfortunately, to do Dragon Guard Naval Regulations, subsection 8, paragraph 3, an officer of her Imperial Navy cannot relinquish her weapon to anyone other than a duly appointed Dragon Guard representative. I assure you, I would be happy to peace bond my weapon if that be acceptable.
You can
I
stay
basically am
outside.
trying to bluff them into like maybe let's not mess with the Dragon Guard Navy.
Okay, make a deception check.
Okay.
Menelil
As soon as
seemed
I get
very
my character
impressed
sheet
and
up.
rattle that off at the top of his head.
Oh, I made it up.
Yeah, like I
she
was
doesn't,
gonna
she doesn't
say,
know that. She doesn't know that.
Menelil is very impressed, no matter what he rolls.
Yeah.
That'd be, let's see, deception.
Deception.
Oh yeah, first
That'll be a
roll of the
20.
day.
Well, the guards look at each other again, not really entirely certain exactly what it is you said, but it sounded very official. That should be appropriate. Yes.
I mean, these are guards who let me in on a steel ring, so...
They're-
As a show of trust, I do let them peace bond my weapon. That's fine. Naval Regulations, Uniform Code, you know how it is, gents. My captain would have my head, and I don't want that to be... It's just a problem. Don't worry about it. It will be fine.
So you're
Menelil is going to wait until they enter, and then she's going to whisper to Conrad, I thought you were a captain.
It's complicated. I mean, anyone in charge of a boat is a captain. My rank is lieutenant. which is equal to a captain if I were in the army. But I'm in the Navy, so.
Dragon Guard's weird. Okay.
No, that's literally how ranks work. A naval lieutenant is equal to an army captain.
No, that's mentally ill saying Dragon Guard is weird. Okay.
No, it super is.
So you guys make your way up to the mansion. The other guards are in a bit, not exactly disarray, but definitely disheveled. Nobody really slept well last night. But the main lieutenant recognizes you and waves you in. She's like, yes. Lord Gerald is expecting you. Please come in.
So did we actually have an appointment and we could have just said that?
No.
You didn't actually have an appointment. He was just hoping that you would stop by.
Oh, okay.
Nobody, unfortunately, told the guards at the main gate that.
Let me guess, their name tag said Colin and Knobs.
Make up your set now.
Probably could have rolled a 3 if that was the case.
The lieutenant brings you into the mayor's office. It is fairly opulent, more so than you would expect for a town this size. But then again, it is a common trading post along a major trade route. So, who knows how much money they actually have. He's sitting behind his desk working on paperwork, and he looks up and says, yes, you lot, thank you
Morning, sir.
so much for everything that you've done. More than you know.
You're welcome.
I was actually hoping that
Anytime.
you could stop by. Please, can I know your names?
Lieutenant Conrad Hicks of Dragon Guard's Navy.
Hang on. Middle Ill's waiting for everyone else.
Name's Ice. Just Ice.
I am Daraza. I play music.
Sophie, she's listening now.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is Sophie with us or no?
Sophie.
No.
Out of curiosity.
Sophie will not be joining us today.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Assume
Okay,
she's
fine.
somewhere doing thiefy things.
There you go. Mental Ill is just going to say, I'm Mental Ill, Princess of Stormcrest. She's just going to pretend that it's not a big deal right now.
I certainly appreciate everything that you've done for all of us. How long were you planning on staying in our fair town?
I don't know that we had a plan
We don't have a firm
exactly.
timeline, no.
We do have a few other things that we need to do in town. Afterwards, we'll be looking for a passage to Drakengard.
Passage, you say? Well, I believe that is something that I could possibly arrange as thanks for everything that you've done for me and my family, and of course this town. How can I be of service?
There are a number of things that we would, that will be of use to us. Passage to Drakengard being one of them. However, we are not entirely sure yet when we will be departing, because, as said, there are still a few things that we need to do in town. Is there a way to contact you once we have a more definite timeline?
Absolutely. Well, here's what I can do, and he takes out a piece of official stationery. He says, "What I'll do is I'll send word to the port that whenever you're ready to leave, you can have passage on one of our best ships.
That would be amazing. Thank you
That's
so
very
much.
kind.
Wonderful. Just go ahead and speak to the Port Authority whenever you are ready to leave, and they'll be able
How
to...
will they know us?
We are a distinctive
We're
bunch.
carrying,
Yeah.
it's a bearer document, honestly. Give them the letter and they give us passage.
Well,
He said he would send message to.
I have your
He
name.
said
If
word
there's
and
any
bring
other...
a thing, I guess.
Well, I mean,
It's a very distinctive party.
Yes.
He gives us a letter that says, "Hey, remember that letter I sent you to confirm something? Here's the confirmation."
He opens up his desk
While we're discussing this.
and pulls out a what looks like a golden coin, larger than most golden coins that are used for currency. This has the seal of my family, and in fact the seal of Stone's Throw itself. Just give this to the Port Authority, and they will have all the verification that you are who you say you are.
Thank you so much.
And can we keep the large gold thing afterwards?
Is... I mean, if you want.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I planned.
I grin widely at Mental Ill. I know what you're doing.
Plans.
Of course you have plans. And I recognize that that serial there. I do have this, sir. I would like to return it to you. And I pull out the locket.
His eyes go wide. I thought that lost.
We
Have a dragon toy too?
we found it on Larissa.
Of course you did. Thank you. This means more to me than you possibly know.
We figured you would like it back, sir.
Thank you. Please, is there
We
anything
also
else?
have
Yes?
Do we have the fluffy dragon toy amongst us?
Oh,
I think we gave that back
Yeah,
last
we
time,
gave,
right?
we gave that to the priest
Never
who did do it.
Memories of that night or just
Yeah, you were just there.
so
yeah,
almost
I was just floating along.
almost as if you were watching it later.
Mm.
Yes, almost. From a great distance.
Not at this moment, I don't think. I look around the party.
I have a bit of a weird question.
Of course. Yes.
Was there anyone who kind of came to town around the time that the crypt was broken into that might be slightly suspicious and or involved with that sort of shenanigan?
I mean, people come into town all the time. This is a fairly major trade route.
Nobody sort of specifically evil that stood out?
If there was,
The talking books
guard
or
would have
auras of
stopped
menace.
them. I'm sure.
No talking books with auras of menace.
Talking books, you'd have to go and speak to Wizard Blackstone.
Already did that. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Then no, I don't think we have any record of that.
Okay. That's good to know.
How is young Jonathan
Record
doing?
creepy.
He's sleeping at the moment.
That's good.
Last night took a lot out of him. The healers say that it may take him a while to recover. And for me as well. But we shall endure.
Malleol is going to look slightly conflicted and also kind of grouchy, but she's going to say, "There's something that always made me feel better when I was little, and it was shiny things. And here, have a Zircon for him."
He accepts the gem from you. I'm sure he
Just
will
hold
love it.
it. It made me feel better. I don't know.
I'm sure he will love it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's shiny and smooth. Sort of. Relatively smooth.
I place a
rock.
clanky hand on Manalil's shoulder and just grin at her.
Smooth-ish.
If that's everything that I can do for you, my town is open to you, and once again, just head to the Port Authority whenever you are on your way.
Thank
We
you
will
very
do that.
much.
Thank you for
sir.
everything that you've done for us. All right, where'd you know?
Should we go?
Oh.
I'd like to check in at the jail.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we still at the mayor's office?
You're
We're in the house.
on the way out of the. You can be still in the office. Why? What's up?
I want to ask him if we can be allowed back into the cave, because there should be guards posted there now.
Yes. Well, I'll send word.
Thank you, sir. And I
Okay.
think that's the last that we need.
Okay.
Okay, so I know Conrad wanted to go see Blackstone again. Terraza wanted to go see the stump. And you guys wanted to go see the jail. Where do you guys want to go first, or do you want to split up?
Jail.
I'll go to the jail with Ice.
Yeah, let's not split the party.
Okay, Conrad, jail.
Sure.
Okay. So you guys make your way to the
Front gate to get my weapons back.
front gate.
Yes.
To get your weapons back. The guards begrudgingly hand you your weapons back.
I give them back the piece of string they piece bonded my weapon with.
Thank you.
Manalil smiles sweetly,
Thank you.
slightly sarcastically.
Yes. So you guys make your way to the local constabulary. The police station has the jail attached to it. You have to go through the office to get to it.
It's no
I
problem.
kind
I'm
of just
sure
want to
the,
check with the duty officer and ask if the wizard has been by yet to do something about the evil glowy tattoo things.
The duty officer is a red-headed dwarf woman who's sitting very, very much at a tall desk. It's like, yes, the Blackstone. He's been through here. He went back to his tower. Checked up
the
on
pirate's still alive?
Yes, I believe so.
Oh,
He didn't mention any problems or anything like that.
That's Wizard's business.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever markings they had on them are gone now, and they're grumpy, but they're alive.
That's good to know.
Still not talking, but they're not really in danger of whatever it is that those nasty evil things. They whatever it is that they were going to do, they're not in danger of that anymore. That's what Blackstone said.
I am glad to hear it. I was slightly worried that it might call down the wrath of a god or god-adjacent being, so I'm glad that that's been averted.
Well, yes.
Manalil's just nodding solemnly and watching this whole thing play out, just like, this is how you talk to people.
Can I help you
Thank
with
you.
anything else?
You've been very helpful. Thanks very much. You have a lovely prison.
Thank you. We keep it nice and clean.
An excellent job you do of it.
So everything is in order. Yes.
Yep. Okay, let's leave.
Yep, we're
You guys are just
Don't leave
operating
her
your
out
way
more.
around.
Yeah, basically.
Like,
That's pretty much how adventuring parties go. We really only have the one skill set.
We're not very good at like ending conversations.
I should go.
Like we should just I should go.
yeah, I should go.
But I want to
Sugar.
stay.
You want to stay in the prison and hang out with the police officers?
You said I should go.
I should go ice. I space should space go. Period.
All right, let's go then.
Hi, dearest. And
So we're going to the glowy hole now.
I thought you said you wanted to see the wizard.
Or the cave.
Wonderful Wizard of Oz. I have no idea where that came from.
I can hold off on seeing Blackstone. Let's make sure the cave and everything else is done. Then I can visit Master Blackstone.
That sounds good. Let's head to the cave.
Okay.
Can we go to the cave on the way to the magical tree stump?
It's the opposite direction.
Nah. Oh,
The tree stump.
if we check the cave, like maybe the guards outside killed the zombies already.
You really
Hopefully.
want to go see the stump soon, don't you?
Well, a little bit.
How about we can
What
go
a
see the
rush,
stump
it's a
first?
tree
I mean,
stump.
it's probably fine. I mean, honestly, as long as the town's not in danger from 2 zombies,
There were
honestly, the
there were
glowy hole seems more interesting.
there were the scuff marks.
I'm slightly worried about what made the zombies
This is also a valid point.
and what made the vampire mayoress person.
Traditionally, vampires make other vampires.
There, that's kind of what I'm worried about.
Yeah, usually not from corpses though.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe she was bitten before she died? I don't know.
And she
I
lay.
wasn't in class
dead
in the
for
medical
months.
teams.
Is it
section.
normal to bring back a person who's been dead for a while and for them to suddenly become a vampire?
Make a religion
But I know anything about that.
Where's
today.
my religion check?
I will make
Oh,
one
would
as
that
well.
be me or Daraza?
Duraza.
Hey!
Ooh,
I know all the stuff about religion.
apparently.
I was in a church once or twice.
Okay. So Duraza,
Nope.
you have heard stories, as you do, and songs actually. You have heard songs, about people who were thought to be dead, but were in hibernation after being killed by vampires, and then risen later, although it didn't seem to be that much later. So whatever it was that stopped her from rising, as far as you can tell from the folklore that you have, is the unnatural part of that.
Okay.
It would depend
Could
on
she
how
have-
she died. It would depend on a lot of different things. You don't really know much about her situation. You just know about situations like that.
Okay.
Could she
That's
have
interesting.
risen earlier and just not gone into a raging bloodlust until later?
Yeah, like maybe there was like the
Maybe she was
priest
just
that we met
chilling
before.
for a
Like maybe
while.
just like being on holy ground stopped her from like coming back, and then something happened, and like because it said her crypt was broken into, maybe that was her busting out.
Could
Or maybe
be,
she was
I
just
mean,
chilling quietly in her crypt until somebody busted in, and then she made a break for it.
Either of these things could be true.
I don't think that the vampire kidnapped someone from self-defense.
I wasn't saying that.
Also, she
I was
wasn't
just chilling
really-
in my crib until someone came in here like a schmuck.
No, that let her out. I'm saying that let her
Or
out.
like, you know, they like that somebody busted in, like maybe they thought, oh, I'm gonna like rob this tomb, and
Yeah.
there's gonna be like, and then they broke
Oops,
whatever it was
vampire.
stopping her from coming back and being a vampire, and then it was like, oh shit, now there is a vampire.
So we're looking for a terminally stupid grave robber.
It's
Who's
entirely
probably
possible.
dead.
Like, it's possible that like she died from being bit by a vampire, and they were like, okay, we want to hush this up because we don't want anybody to know that she can come back as a vampire at any moment, and because people are like, you know, sentimental and stuff. It's like, oh, we could just stake her and cut her head off. No, we want her to like be laid to rest nicely, and so we're gonna stick her in this tomb with like a seal on it because, you know, sealed evil in a can never works out badly. And then nobody else knew about it, and so the grave robber comes along and is like, oh, it's a super rich tomb. No,
We've had this
anything.
fight before. If you have dead, you either give them sky burial, which is proper and right, or you set them on fire, which is also proper and right.
Both of these things are important.
We build giant cairns and let lightning hit them.
See? Manilil gets it. I'm in the Navy. I mean, we sky burial our dead.
Yeah, but that involves, you know, that basically makes problems for the people underneath you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, I mean, they eventually hit the giant storm of death, and yeah.
What if they hit another continent below you?
Well,
You
I
wait
mean,
until there's not.
I mean, there's a reason we stopped sending our kings into state burials in the storm barrier, y'all.
Like 20 years
Stop
later,
doing
this
that.
coffin just kind of shoots out the storm barrier. It's like, where the
Yeah,
fuck
we
did that come
started
from?
noticing their bodies elsewhere.
This is the
You
best
stop
conversation
doing that.
you're listening to, by the way.
Why would you stop?
We're
doing
just walking
that?
down Main Street talking about shooting coffins. It's great.
So which place are you guys going to? Are you going to the cave or are you going to the
Let's
Keystone?
go to the glowy thing first. I'm tired of that cave.
Okay, let's check out the magical portal in the middle of the forest at a tree stump that can't possibly end badly.
Never.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm detecting no problems from this arrangement at all.
So you guys
So,
make
Drasa,
your way.
Well, yeah, what?
what you know about the portal and what you know about what's on the other side?
Are we talking Feywild?
Do you want me to be honest or optimistic?
Honest.
Honest, please. I can do the optimism, you do the honesty.
Somewhere between fuck and all.
Ah,
Are we talking Feywild, though? Because, you know,
I mean,
Okay.
maybe, like, it's in the middle of the
first
forest.
of all, what's a Feywild?
It's kind of near where
Another-
my house used to be.
dimension.
So it's basically a portal to go to another continent, or
Dimension.
I don't know. I'm a naval officer. I
Yeah.
don't know from
Dimension.
Feywilds.
Dimension.
It's like, it's kind of the same as where you currently are, but different. Like, imagine you
place where the
were
border is
wearing...
really clear in Stormcrest, really tattered. It's you sort of go in and out. There are dire crocodiles.
Stormcrest sounds terrifying. I'm glad I've never been there.
It's beautiful.
Going to
You
the
said
Feywild
dire
is like...
crocodiles, woman.
What's your point? You don't bother them. You're fine.
Imagine you're wearing, like, a pair of glasses over your eyes that makes everything look really colourful and sparkly.
It
And that's basically what the
I'm wearing
Feywild is.
glasses now. If I were not doing that, then everything would be kind of blurry, and I wouldn't be able to see anything.
Right, so imagine, like,
So
That
I have
dialed
2
up to
pairs
11.
of glasses now.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's like the difference between not wearing glasses and wearing glasses is like the difference between being in normal space and being in Feywild space.
This is the best.
See,
No,
this is
continue,
why I miss
continue.
Drakengard. All you have to worry about there are cutthroats and political backstabbing. There's none of
Also,
this
they're Fey.
Feywild nonsense.
Also, they're Fey, hence Feywild.
Yeah.
Don't make deals.
Okay.
Don't say thank you.
Don't
Yes.
say thank you.
Don't say thank you.
Yes.
Well, that
don't
just seems
say
Implies you
rude.
owe something. It implies you owe something.
Oh.
Take people literally. Try not to extrapolate too much.
Okay. How about me and Ice just don't talk, and you guys do all the talking should we need to talk? Because
That might
you
be a
seem
good
like
plan.
you've got a really good grasp on this, whereas I and Ice may do something stupid.
Or
That's
at least
per usual.
uninformed.
How, Conrad?
Let's.
We're
how about
not
we-
gonna
how about we-
comment on that. Thank you, Menelil.
Not you, Ice. You're fine.
let's just go to the portal.
Also, do you guys remember that fairy dragon that we rescued a while back?
What fairy dragon?
Yeah.
There was a fairy dragon that we rescued a while back from the
We're
red
teaching
guys.
swords.
The guys with the boots.
Did I tell you about that? We were teaching swords.
What on earth
Oh,
are you
yeah, you-
talking about? I was
Right, okay.
gone for a day.
Okay, so
You missed things.
so
missed
while we were
I'd go
teaching
for
people
one
sword fighting,
day.
while we were teaching people sword fighting, there was a fairy dragon who was being attacked by some evil fairies
Red
who have
caps.
giant iron boots, and so we killed them and rescued the fairy dragon. And he now gives me magic powers, and sometimes I have to do favors for him.
Wait, I missed this last part.
What in the bloody hell have you been drinking, woman?
Even Metalil is like, wait, what?
I go away for 5 hours at most to go to make some coin, and there's dragons
Hang
and
on.
fairies with iron boots, and
I met the dragon. I didn't know about the magic powers. You already had
you
magic
know what?
powers
It's
before.
fine.
And the favors.
It's fine. It
These are
is
slightly
fine.
Fairies,
different magic
guys.
powers.
fairies
I'm just
favors?
going to assume that all this turns out fine, and let's just go do the other thing first.
Favors for fairies rarely turn out fine.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that
Raza?
they understand. I mean,
It's
I
like
don't know from fairies, but
we have a slight history, and he taught me magic when I was like growing up, and this is kind of an extension of that.
Deraza,
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
did he currently ask you for a favor of doing this thing that we're doing now?
Oh no, this is just because I am very interested in this Keystone thing.
I would
Oh,
like
well,
to
that's
roll it.
Right.
It's not that I don't
okay.
trust you.
Before we
It's
go any
just, I'm
further,
not sure.
does
that
any
this is going okay.
full disclosure? Does anyone else have any weird background in magical bullshit? Ice, you go first.
You're-
Aside from
more?
aside from previously revealed things, which are fine, just fine, no problem with that at all. I just need to know.
I'm Ben Hasserath. Yes, we know, Bull.
I need to know if I'm working for some eldritch horror.
Can I roll
No
insight on
Elder
Dorada?
Taurus, just demonic bloodline as far as I can tell.
Well, that's fine. That's normal-ish.
Who among
I
us
can deal
doesn't?
with that. Menalil, are you currently, or have you ever worked with eldritch horrors?
Aside from your mother.
Your mother does not count for the purposes of this conversation, Menalil. Yes or no?
Not to my knowledge?
Good enough. Deraza, we've already done you. I don't think I'm working for any eldritch horrors, so let's just do the thing.
Technically, I
I'll
don't
ask
know.
you if I see her,
point.
if I ever see her again. She's very
I would like-
sneaky.
I would like to insight check my entire party at this point.
To do what?
To see whether any of us are talking shit.
Yes, Conrad says he's not following the orders from an Eldritch Horror, but he's the one who brought up Eldritch Horrors.
Hey, that is perfectly legitimate.
All right, make an insight check.
I'm not, to the best of my knowledge. I
Alright.
may be looking for someone who is one now, but I
Does-
can't help that.
Does anybody have an inclination to roll a deception check against
No!
Meryl's insight?
No.
To the best of my knowledge, I'm not working for an Eldritch Horror.
From a 16. As far as you can tell, they're
real
all telling
talk,
the truth.
meta knowledge. Conrad is not working for an Eldritch Horror that he knows about.
No. But Menelil, from a 16, as far as you can tell, everybody's telling the truth.
Okay. I wouldn't judge if that was not the case. But, you know, Eldritch Horrors rarely turn out well.
No,
They
we
are
fought a
almost-
war over it. It did not go well.
They almost never turn out well.
Like,
Never!
85% of the time, it's a bad time. And I'm being generous there.
Never! But
I mean,
trust
compared to
you,
that, the
so-
glowy space hole in the woods is probably fine.
So as you say, Eldritch Horrors, 85%, never turn out well. there is a mother walking across the street who very quickly claps her hands over her child's ear and hurriedly rushes them off away from you.
I feel like that's a good lesson for your child to learn now.
Yeah. Don't mess with Eldritch
teach them to fear and respect that fucking escalator. Sorry, I just flashed the mall rats for no reason.
Be careful what you say. Always. Menela's just shouting after her.
Yep.
Okay, we've alienated the townsfolk. Let's go to the Feywild.
The mayor's on our side. We don't need the rest of the town to like us.
I
Yes,
submit that we do.
Lightning can kill even kings, Daraza, okay? Let's move along.
Lightning doesn't care who it kills. I know that firsthand.
Alright, so you guys make your way, eventually, to
to
the...
We just
We're
bicker
walking
and
and
argue
talking.
the entire way.
I like to
Eventually,
think we're walking and talking.
eventually make
I'll
your
have a
way
whisper.
to the clearing in the woods where there is the tree stump. The tree stump that, as you approach it, Daraza, once again, the crystal in your pocket starts vibrating.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
Is it
like
glowing?
the likelihood is
It's in her
fable
pocket.
shit because
No, I meant is the
you know.
stump glowing?
The stump is not yet glowing, but
Okay.
the crystal is vibrating and it is in her pocket.
I don't see glowing. Can I, like, inspect it?
Inspect it.
Given my Elf Everglades familiarity with Feywild and shit.
Give me a wisdom check. Just a straight wisdom check.
Oh shit. Okay. 13.
It looks like a normal tree stump.
Are you fucking with me?
No, for the purposes of science, would you play something on your flute?
Okay. I will play something on my flute.
What do you play in your flute?
I play Tamlin because obviously.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Give me a perception check.
Eight.
You are jamming on that flute.
You are
I
very
am.
busy. You are very busy playing the flute, and you don't notice anything happening to the stump. Daraza,
She'll yeah.
the crystal in your pocket starts to grow a little bit warm.
Mm-hmm. Does anything happen to the stump?
Are you doing anything, or is this crystal remaining in your pocket?
It's staying in my pocket for now.
Then nothing
Like-
happens.
Okay.
So
I
do
kind of-
we do
I-
something, or
How long do you want me to
I
keep
kind
playing
of-
this?
You can stop.
Okay.
The crystal cools down a little bit in your pocket.
Okay. At that point, I'll pull out the crystal.
You've noticed that it has changed somewhat. You haven't really looked at it since before you talked to Nather.
Mm-hmm.
It's where it was a kind of like a translucent white quartz type crystal before. Now its color has shifted. It's more opaque. It is a deep, rich purple, and it is warm to the touch.
That's super weird.
Is that the same crystal you had with the dragon?
Yes.
Wasn't
It
it
doesn't look
clear?
like the same crystal.
I don't know,
Yes.
because apparently I don't know this dragon.
It's fine, Conrad. Just go with it.
Sometimes he's an archfey. It's complicated.
You what?
Excuse you?
I thought we talked about this.
I ain't heard nothing about owing favors to a dragon who is also an archfey.
So an archfey. Dragons don't fuck with archfey.
Dragons don't fuck with anything.
Apparently, they did with one elf at least.
Okay, first of all,
Okay.
nice ice. Second of all, dragon. Okay, so they're a draconic
Make a high five
archfey.
check.
Are they also, I don't know, admiral of the fleet? While I'm at it, that is
He's
bullshit.
never mentioned.
Sorry, what?
He likes music.
Well, that's great. He likes music. Okay, we'll work with that. First of all, okay, so
need to have a lot of fire.
I feel
and
we're
iron.
standing in a clearing in the forest. We're playing music for a stump. I have no clue what is going on.
Making sexual innuendos towards Menelil's parents.
About my mother.
No, Ice did that.
And technically,
I'm
that's
standing
Orch's
here
father.
confused.
Can you play your music again, please, while I sort of wave the crystal at the stump?
Menelil sighs, deeply put upon, and plays an 11's worth of flute.
Yeah, she's not
She's very upset
not
at this
into it
point.
anymore.
She's
She's
much
not
more
as into
nervous at the archfey thing. She's just like,
The
She's playing
crystal,
Ode to Joy
the
badly.
crystal starts to get a bit hot. Doesn't burn, not like uncomfortable hot. Like you like holding a cozy mug of tea hot.
Mm-hmm.
And as it gets closer to the stump, the crystal glows. As it gets closer to the stump, while the music is being played, the carvings that you previously saw on the stump have once again appeared.
Menelil is just going to go, the fuck? Which does mean that the music stops, sorry.
Nothing changes. It's still, the carvings are still there. The crystal is still hot.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are bickering about this, there's a swirl of leaves and a gruff, bearded creature
Nope.
with, wearing a leather jacket, has leaves kind of entwined in his big bushy brown beard, piercing
Nope.
at you with amber eyes, and as you look down, his cloven hooves are tapping impatiently on the top of the stump. What?
Does he by any chance have goat legs?
Yes.
Nah,
What do you want?
not you.
We would try to track down a magical banjo.
Were we?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the first
You
I've heard
woke
about
me
some
up
freaking
for
banjo,
this?
but okay.
Apparently.
He stares at all of you, glaring, his arms crossed. And then he focuses on Daraza, and he looks at the purple crystal. Oh, great. You're one of his.
Yes.
One of whose exactly?
That fucking Nather.
That tells me
I'm
nothing,
going
but
to.
go on.
I'm just going to smile and nod. Daraza, I have questions I need to ask you later.
So many.
That's fine.
Fine. As per the contract, you get 3 questions.
Ah! Contract. Do I
Okay,
do we have to do
Darazi, you
anything
get 3
to reciprocate
questions.
this?
Let's
Do we have to
not-
do anything to reciprocate the questions? Is that a
No,
question?
this is a contract that I have with her patron.
Ah. Great. You've patron. Okay. Go on.
I will think for a little bit. If we pass through the portal here, will we be able to come back again by the same method?
In roughly the same time period.
A door's a door. You don't want to be going through this door, though.
You are correct in that.
Two questions.
What is the name of the entity currently in possession of the magical banjo keystone?
His name is Hathrin. And he looks really, really upset that he had to answer that. Come on, last question.
She's thinking. Give her time.
You woke me up. I was in the middle of breakfast.
Apparently you have a contract. Deal with it.
At that, he turns
I'm gonna
his
go
head
and grab his mantle.
and
You know-
stares
Just-
at Menelo.
How about we don't antagonize the nice goat man?
I don't have a contract with you, Daughter
This is
of the
true.
Dragon.
Glad you know who I am. That does not at all freak me out. Even slightly. That's a good thing. I don't want a contract. Continue.
He focuses back on Duraza.
What don't you want to tell me?
Well, that question's against the rules. There's a lot of things I don't want to tell you.
Does that mean she gets another question?
That does not count as your question. You-
Fair enough. I haven't actually been told the rules, so yeah.
Tell him that.
Fine, look, I'll be nice because I owe your master a favor. You have one question left. Has to be specific. You can't have open-ended questions like that. It goes against the rules. And look, I can tell what you're looking for. You get one more question for free. But I might be able to help you out after the terms of this contract are fulfilled.
For what price?
That would depend on what it is that you ask for.
That's what I thought.
Okay. What would I need to do to get the banjo from its current owner?
That question, there's a little spark of amusement in his eyes. It's like, finally! Finally! It
To
took you
find
long
him
enough.
first?
Took you long enough to have an actual good question. Alright. In order to get the banjo from its current owner,
His name is Halfling.
you have to defeat the current owner in a battle of the bards.
Of course!
Okay.
Like an official battle of the bards, it can be set one up in the woods or what? Because
By
Well, not
Battle
by
of the Bards,
official
do you mean
rules,
where one where they're doing music or one where they're doing the swords? Because I'm good at one of those.
Why are
like,
you
if we
offering?
were the audience, Duraza, you would just by default win, right?
It's
I mean, dude
would
has a magical
be-
banjo.
it
Look,
would be
man,
a
I'm cheering
matter
for you no
of
matter what,
skill.
so...
The satyr looks at you. This would be a matter of skill between you and the owner of the banjo, right then and there. No audience, participation.
How do you judge
Nothing
that?
but your skill against theirs. If you wish to provide a champion, be warned that the owner of the Keystone gets to choose their weapons.
Mm-hmm.
As in their instrument, or would it then be like a duel?
That would depend.
He gets to pick.
Traditionally in duels, the challenger picks the weapon.
That was the challenge.
The definition of weapon can be somewhat broad.
This is a Keystone.
I think it would probably decide the winner.
Note, when you're dealing with a Keystone of Reality, the rules of society are more malleable than you are led to believe. So, this fulfills my obligation to your master. Now, since you've woken me from my slumber, and have so rudely...
I have a bacon sandwich. Would you like one?
He sniffs, and he looks at the offered sandwich. For this, I will give you the answer to one more question.
Ah! She hands him the sandwich.
He eats it. Oh, this is delicious. All right, fine. One more question, daughter of the dragon.
Oh! I thought Daraza got the question.
Ah, you gave me the sandwich.
I'm bargaining up a half Okay,
The rules of give and take are very clear.
okay. I'm not actually upset that I got a question. Why I'm upset. Anyway. This is the actual thing that is coming out of Menelil's mouth, by the way. There's a talking book that a person of my acquaintance has.
Conrad's in the background saying, the book talks now?
It makes noise anyway. A noise-making book.
Ye gods and little fishes.
Conrad, I'm trying to bargain. Sort of.
Conrad just kind of just walks away enough.
Trying to think, Conrad. I would like to know what the book is and what it does. Though I guess that wasn't phrased as a question. What book does this particular person that I'm not naming have, and what does it do?
I'm not omniscient, girl.
Ugh.
But I can tell you.
Okay.
I
Yes.
can tell you.
Mm-hmm.
It is a book of evil.
Right. I
It
figured
is
that
a
one out on
book
my
of
own.
great evil.
Okay.
And if your friend does not get rid of it soon, he is in great, great danger.
You didn't specify he, which makes me question your non-omniscience, but okay.
I said I'm not omniscient. Doesn't mean I'm not powerful. Would
Fair
you care
enough.
to test this?
I would really rather not know.
Very well. Now, what else have you for me?
Conrad speaks up. I have a question. What would your price be?
What is your question?
The price before the question.
The question is,
No.
where is Danica Kelvin?
This is not a question I can answer.
Fine, never mind then.
Why not?
If he doesn't know, he doesn't know. I mean, not everyone knows everything. It's okay. No disparaging to you, fine sir. It's just that if you don't know, you don't know.
Have you another sandwich?
I do.
He takes the second sandwich. The reason I don't know the answer to this question is because it is shielded from me.
Would
I would
Well,
like to
that's
sling
more
my armor on
information than I
Conrad's
had
shoulders.
before. Thank you, sir.
I'd like to sling my armor on Conrad's shoulders and sort of steer him away and go, Names, Conrad.
You can't steal a dead person's name.
I thought we just learned that she wasn't dead. I'm so confused.
A wizard told me, though he could not be specific, that she was not dead, or that she was not traditionally dead.
The satyr turns back to Daraza.
You will forgive me if I am not. You will forgive me for being skeptical.
The satyr.
I thought we agreed to be optimistic about this.
The satyr turns back to Daraza and says, "Well, child, will your quest end here?"
You have a sandwich.
I don't think my quest is going to end here, no. My plan is to go into the Feywild and try to track down the person with the magical banjo. But as I say it, I kind of feel like that's a fairly non-specific plan.
The satyr just waits and looks at you.
Ask him where what's his name is.
I hand over my sandwich and I ask, what can I do to bring Hathran to me?
Ask for him by name.
That's super obvious, but I hadn't thought of it. Thank you.
Ice, do you have anything to offer the fine gentle person?
I do not, and I will steer clear of everything happening around here now.
That's a good idea.
The satyr.
See, Ice is the smart one.
Ice is the smartest of us all.
The satyr just continues to watch Daraza placidly. He has an expression on his face like, "Go on, you're almost there."
I figured it out.
You've almost got it.
Daraza, repeat after me.
I'm just trying to think through all
Nerving
of the
herself up.
implications, okay?
She's nerving herself up.
I'm trying to think whether there's anything that I want to do before I go past this save point.
Yes, you ain't got no save points. This is Dark Souls, baby.
Okay.
Go back to the last bonfire.
Oh, balls.
You wake up
Okay.
in a facility, alone, in an empty room. No.
And you have one chance to run back and get all your gold. Otherwise, you have to restart.
Back to character creator.
Okay. Do y'all maybe want to take a few steps back a little bit? Maybe?
Clank!
I will take one. Well, I will take. One
I thought
step
we'd
backward.
already walked off because I was admonishing him about name using.
I mean, I don't
that's
know
fine.
how big an area of effect is going to be, so okay.
I'm gonna
Well, they
back
use
a
their
few more
names
steps.
then, Lil. That's what they're called.
Don't use whole names. It's bad.
If I don't use their whole name, how will they know who I'm talking about, Lil?
Well, they're pretty knowledgeable about stuff. You don't want them to run into
Do you
Danica
have
and
any
be like,
conception of
"No."
how many Danikas there are in the world?
I
bet
don't.
it's
It's not
more
a common
than
name in
one.
Stormcrest.
It's fairly common, because, a rich person who was a great wizard had it, so,
Ah.
Oh yeah, my wife was a wizard.
Oh. Cool.
She was really good at fire.
As good as I am at lightning.
Yeah, even.
Nice. I want to read
Okay.
it.
Why don't we let Daraza do her thing?
Oh, I thought we were chatting off in the distance while.
Yeah,
Delilah did her
we're
thing.
Morgenstern and Guild, we're Rosencrest and Guildstarning it. Heads.
No, what
Heads.
you've been is not on airships. Okay. Are we doing the thing?
I don't know. Are you doing the thing?
I love of little green apples do the thing.
This is
Catherine,
when
I
Conrad
challenge you
shouts
to a
across
battle
the-
of the bards for the Keystone banjo thingy.
There's a clap of thunder. The satyr reaches up and, seemingly out of the sky, pulls a
Keystone
what
banjo
looks
thingy?
like an ornate banjo.
So a banjo.
Yeah. Keystone banjo thingy.
Settles it around his shoulders.
Yep.
Raises his fingers and says, I accept your challenge.
You guys realize we just challenged Satyr Jack Black to a guitar off, right?
Yeah.
This ends
Okay,
poorly.
just checking.
Alright, so,
Is there some way we can help Daraza?
nope.
That was a very definite nope.
Can
Hold
we
on
watch,
to your
though?
soul.
Hold on to your butts. Alright, Daraza, what is your weapon of choice?
I think it's gonna be the lyre because lyres look cool.
Okay. I want you to make a performance check,
Mm-hmm.
and I want you to make it with disadvantage.
Oh
With
hell.
Proficiency.
Okay, we're doing this now.
Oh.
11. As you start to play your lyre, the melody is not terrible, but you're nervous. You're definitely nervous, and you fat finger a couple strings before you get into the meat of the melody. Catherine joins in. This isn't a competition. You two are playing together.
I need to keep up.
And you need to keep up. Catherine joins in on the banjo, and all of a sudden the tempo starts to get a little bit faster. You get a distinct impression that this is the fantasy version of dueling banjos. You hit your opening
With a
lick.
lyre. You brought a lyre to a banjo fight.
You hit your opening lick. Catherine hits his opening lick. It's your turn now. You roll performance check normally. You're keeping up, struggling a little bit, but you're keeping up with your lyre. You're trying to think of all the different tricks, all the different things that you've learned over the past few years. Things that are crowd pleasers, things that really just increase the joviality and the emotion into the song. The tempo gets faster. Catherine is keeping pace with you perfectly.
You're doing great, Daraza.
There's another clap of thunder. And all of a sudden, your surroundings seem to change. The melody kind of takes the forefront, and the color kind of seeps into, from the surroundings. The greens, the vibrant reds and blues of the forest around you seem to seep into both of your instruments.
They're playing
As
all
you're
on the
playing.
watchtower.
They are.
Daraza, give me a
Is it
performance
the Bear
roll with
McCreary?
advantage.
I'm wondering if I should do a thing.
Oh, what?
You should
what
do a
thing are you
performance chance
thinking?
of advantage.
If it would help in any way if I used my looper pedal trick.
Uh-huh. Give it a shot.
Okay. I don't know what would be involved in that, but
I've
yeah.
already said give the performance roll with advantage. We'll see what happens.
Yes!
Yes!
Or you can crit. Crits work too.
With all of your gnomish ingenuity, you really start to lay into this. Your fingers are almost. If this was any other situation, you feel like they would start getting like immediate blisters with how fast you're plucking the strings. But no, you're keeping up pace. You're not only keeping up pace. This time, you're the one that steps up the tempo. And Hathrin is now trying to keep up with you.
I've got blisters on my finger!
Hathrin is keeping up, but now it looks like he's definitely aware that he's trying to keep up with you. There's a couple hop, skips, and jumps to the melody that he puts in to try to throw you off balance. But with a pulse from your crystal. The crystal in your pocket is now keeping pace with the tempo of the song. It is a metronome. It is a metronome that is beating, and as it's beating, so too does your heart. Your heart and the crystal are beating in time with the melody. Ah! I'll get that later. I was right in the zone. Make one more performance check with advantage.
Right. It was destined.
As the color fades from both of your instruments, there's a ping of a broken string. All of you hear it.
Did you break the keystone, Daraza?
Everybody hears it. But you're not immediately sure whose string broke. As the colors
I have faith in Daraza
start
and her
to
instrument care.
become restored, and Daraza has one last lick on her lyre and steps away, you see Hathrin shaking his hand. A welt has appeared on the back of his hand. The broken string has snapped back and injured him. Daraza, you have just beaten Hathrin in the Battle of the Bards.
I believed in you!
I can't clap and hold down the transmit button, but well done.
Well done. Well done, he says, still shaking his hands. And this, as agreed, belongs to you. And he hands you a banjo. And as he hands it to you, the string, the broken string, repairs itself.
Yay.
As it passes from his hands to yours. You have... Hold on one second. Because I actually have this. You now have an item card for a Keystone of Reality. If you want to read it to the party, you can.
Don't lick it.
Oh god. Alright, so the name of the item is Patterson's Banjo. This lute has intricate carvings in the wood of a famous scene surrounding a billabong.
Of course I gave this to the Australian. What else am I going to do?
There is a strange gravity to the lute, as if holding it makes the world seem slightly more real. Holding this lute also grants the wielder knowledge of what a billabong actually is. And it gives me +2 to stuff.
Nice.
Stuff?
Stuff or stealth?
Stuff. +2 to performance checks, +2 to my spell attack or spell DC if I use this item as a focus.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Now, I hate to break up the party, but are you proficient in banjos?
Possibly.
It counts as a lute if you're proficient in
Okay.
lutes.
Yeah.
Then yes.
It's like a guitar adjacent instrument.
It's
I feel
good
better,
enough.
because I thought you were going to give her a banjo that she wasn't proficient in.
I'm not a monster.
You're a DM.
Alright. I actually found out there's a very quick way to enter this into your character sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and modify your character sheet for that now. Make sure here. So you have to be using the banjo as your casting focus.
Mm-hmm.
But your spell save DC has now increased to 16. And your global magic attack modifier there. Okay, that should have increased. Yes, your spell's attack bonus is now 8. It doesn't show on your spell sheet, but it has reflected on your actual spells on your attack sheet.
Awesome.
So that's automatically updated. But you have to make sure to have this as your casting focus. Otherwise, you got to subtract 2 from everything.
Yep.
So this is your first Keystone of Reality.
Sweet.
Wow.
Well done.
I tell Hathran that he played well and that I appreciate his time.
As did you. Now tell your master he's still a fucking asshole.
Probably yes.
Sir? Mr. Hathran, sir?
Yes.
You... First of all, that was wonderful. I really enjoyed watching you two play. Second, that looks painful. I am proficient in a few forms of healing magic. Would you like me to see if I can remedy that, make it less painful?
He narrows his eyes and looks at you warily. What do you want in return?
An answer to a question would be nice, but if you can't give it, that would be all right. I would waive the favor.
Unfortunately, you cannot waive the favor.
No, you can't do that. That's not a thing.
I'm more than happy to answer a question there.
That would be wonderful.
All right, so you go up and you cast a spell, or you use your paladin feature.
Paladin feature, lay on hands.
All right.
I'm just imagining us constantly coming back to Stone's Throw with bacon sandwiches. Hey, you! Question.
Go ahead and subtract 5 points of healing from your total, your daily lay on hands pool.
Yep, will do.
What is it? that you wish to know?
Are any of the former members of MA Company in danger or gone?
I request for clarification. By what metric do you consider danger?
I think that's a yes.
Currently in a life-threatening situation or being actively pursued or hunted?
Currently, no.
Thank you.
If that'll be all.
I have no further requests for you.
Go back to sleep.
Actually, I was eating, but thank you.
You said you'd just woken up.
I was in the middle of breakfast, is what I said.
Well, you've just had breakfast, so, you're fine now.
He narrows his eyes.
Go.
He does the universal, pointing at his eyes, and then pointing at your eyes, and then pointing back at his eyes, and then pointing back at your eyes motion. It's like, I'm watching you.
And you'd be surprised how often I get that.
No, I wouldn't.
Why do we keep interrupting people in the middle of breakfast?
That's kind of your thing, isn't it?
We keep interrupting
But then we
ridiculously
feed them.
powerful magical beings in the middle
And
of
then we
breakfast.
feed them. So really, it all comes out in the wash.
But your random gnome dude who was fucking in the temple in the morning was having breakfast before we rocked up.
That was his own fault.
It's because we keep doing things in the morning.
That's probably the problem.
We do get going absurdly early.
Oh, come on, nothing interesting happens before lunchtime.
See, he gets it.
Alright.
Okay.
All right.
With a swirl of leaves,
We should go.
Hathrin disappears.
I should
The carvings on the stump that seem to have been there forever have never been there. And the crystal in your pocket goes silent once more.
Mm-hmm.
Let's never do that again.
That was awesome. Let's never do it again.
What in the name of all that is good and decent the fuck happened?
Let's get back to the Archfey thing. Let's get back to the Archfey thing.
Which part?
The part where you work for a dragon sorcerer fae thing.
Archfey thing.
Of
That
what?
apparently
I
what the
feel like that's fairly self-explanatory.
No.
Why didn't you go over it when we were asking about Eldritch Horrors?
Yeah, why didn't you do that, Deraza? That seems like something that should, I don't know, have come up.
The whole reason that conversation started was because I mentioned that I was working for a fairy dragon now.
Yeah, but you didn't say he was an Archfey.
Same difference.
No, it's not!
To be
I have
fair,
literally-
guys, when Conrad got to Deraza, he said, "Oh, I already got to you," and skipped it.
Yeah, because I was not in possession of all the facts. Ergo,
It's like it's all under the umbrella of fable shit. Like it's a thing.
fine. You know what?
Yeah, but Archfey
It's
bullshit
okay,
is like
it's
an
cool.
entire distinctive level above regular Fey bullshit.
Oh, so there's levels of fae bullshit now. You
Sometimes.
know what? I'm just gonna go back to stabbing people who need to be stabbed.
Conrad, what do you say we check out the cave?
You know what? There might be something I can stab there, because apparently that's all I provide anymore.
You provide much needed comic relief, Conrad.
Oh, that makes me feel so much better about myself.
I thought it was important.
Should we go
Let's-
and
This metal
kill
is
some
right,
zombies?
guys.
stab zombies. Maybe I'll find something I can. Maybe I'll find my own magical bullshit weapon. I don't know.
In which we see Menelil try to be nice and fail.
It's a. I appreciate it, mentally ill. I do. Just your mother's not a fairy dragon, is she?
Not as far as I'm aware. I think she's
You know
just
what?
bronze.
Good enough for me.
I think she's just an adult bronze dragon.
Hey, you know what? Fine. I have legit never had a problem with an adult bronze dragon before.
Have you ever had a problem with Archfey?
There was that one time during the war. It's complicated.
I
What
just
time
read about a
during
lot
the
of
war
problems
would
with
that
Archfey.
be, Conrad?
Do what now?
What time during the war would that be?
Which war?
There's about a 5-year period which I haven't written yet. So yeah,
Which war?
the war
Says
with
the
the Elder
DM
Taurus.
pointedly.
I'm making
the
shit
war
up.
with like the beholders and shit. That was a thing,
Yeah.
right?
Beholders are like Fae, right? I don't know.
Make
Are
a history
beholders
check.
Fae?
I don't think beholders count as Fae.
Make a history check, Conrad.
I will do that. 15.
There was never an Archfey incident in your history.
I may be confusing Archfey with beholders.
You could probably ask Catherine whether beholders count as Archfey.
Catherine?
Catherine.
Oh, Hathrin. Gotcha.
No, we're done with Hatham for now.
We are not dealing with him anymore.
He was very friendly and reasonable and didn't try
That's what they
to...
want you to
He
think.
ate your lunch.
In fairness, I offered him my lunch, but
So you make your
clearly
way
he
to
knew
the
what a
cave.
sacrifice that was.
Yep, we'll go to the cave, through the woods, bickering all the way.
Yep. Conrad, here's a torch.
Thank you.
They, as you reach the cave in the middle of the day, you actually, see a pair of guards exiting the cave, pulling the scorched and stabbed corpses of a pair of former zombies out and depositing them unceremoniously onto the ground.
Cool.
Oh, sweet.
So
That
Now,
was good.
I do have to ask, though, are we absolutely positive that we drug out every speck of material wealth from this cave?
You know
We're
what? I'm
pretty
comfortable.
sure.
I'm comfortably sure that we do not need anything else in that cave.
Okay.
Whatever
I mean,
you want.
mentally, I mean, you were half asleep, but let me tell you, that cave is just—it's not your aesthetic.
I mean, caves so rarely are.
Whatever you guys want to do.
I think we can find material wealth elsewhere that's not covered in zombie slime.
Okay. I would like to... Does anyone else have plans, then?
I don't think so. Like, I would just kind of make a sort of vaguely disappointed nod at the guards, be like, need a hand?
We're just finishing up. Thanks. You should have been here earlier.
Yeah, probably. Okay. Bye.
Well, I mean, we saved the child. We killed a vampire. Those are both good things.
I need to
Daraza
go get gold.
got a banjo. We can't dismiss that.
It's a
is
very,
a very
very
nice
fancy banjo.
It is legit fancy.
It is a very distinctive banjo.
Did you still want to go and talk to Blackstone again?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So you guys make your way back through the woods, circling around the outskirts of the town until you find the Wizard's Tower out on the outskirts again. You knock on the door. And as you're knocking on the door opens. It's like, yes, come in.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, hello.
Mr. Blackstone.
As you file in, Blackstone pauses and double takes at Daraza. It's like, what is that?
It's a magical banjo.
It's fey bullshit.
It's
Possibly.
cool, isn't it?
May
I
I?
mean, those things aren't exclusive.
May I?
You can look, but it might not be a great idea to touch.
Oh, yes, of course. He looks over the banjo and says, "This there's something different about this. I have no idea what
Little
this
bit.
is. Is this that keystone that you were looking for?"
I think so.
I don't know why you would think that.
Well,
The keys.
that certainly explains a lot. Now, what can I do for you?
I would like to know what this explains.
A lot.
Thank you.
I forgot how.
Master Blackstone, the reason why I came to visit you today is I was hoping I'm looking at, broadening my horizons somewhat. I was wondering if you had some,
Yes. Say no
Primers
more.
on-
Say no more. He holds up a hand, interrupting you. Heads over to the table where it looks like he had just finished writing things in a book. He blows on the page, makes sure the ink's dry. Picks it up, gives one last cursory glance, snaps it closed, and hands it to you.
Hang on, does that book talk? Just quick check.
What? No.
Okay. It's not a book of evil or anything?
No.
I'm sure someone would probably think our magic is evil, but for the purposes of our conversation, no.
Evil books, don't want to deal with them. Continue.
You're welcome to inspect it if you want, but this is actually for...
I will open the cover and look at the first page.
He hands it to you, and this actually has your name in it.
Yeah, I kind of figured it did.
Now,
Divination wizards.
what was your question again?
I believe you just answered it.
All
Thank you
right.
very much, Master.
Very well.
And I will bow and salute.
Study this. This, I warn you. Once you go down this road, you may not like what you find. Nobody ever does. You will see things that you wish you hadn't. Of course, you'll see things that you're glad you did. Problem is knowing which is which. That.
My dad always said it's better to know than not know.
Your father was a wise man.
Yeah.
But keep in mind, young soldier, knowledge only goes so far. You have to know how, and most importantly, you have to know why.
Conrad just closes the book and he says, I can only promise to do my duty and do my best.
It's all anybody can ever do. Now, you are always welcome here. And should you decide to follow this path before you, come back whenever you want. I may have more stuff for you, or I might not. Who knows? Maybe you will.
Was
Really
that a
should have
singular
dissuaded
or,
Danon from this particular path of study.
was that a singular or plural you?
Oh, yeah, all of you are welcome as well, but I was specifically talking to him. But You are all friends. You are all welcome to come and share and breakfast.
Many
and
thanks.
Whatever you like.
We've already eaten breakfast. We've also battled we've also apparently participated in a conference against an Eldritch Fae for a Keystone of Reality. We've had a busy morning.
We also fed him breakfast.
We also fed him breakfast.
Wow. You have been busy.
Yep.
Uh,
And that's not counting last night.
Oh yeah, last night we killed a vampire.
Nah. Terrible business. Terrible.
Would
Do
happen
you
to
know whether
anything
there
about
was?
it?
Yeah. Do you know whether there was any kind of anti being raised again as a vampire kind of spell on the tomb that may have been disrupted when it got broken into?
Are you a lich? You have to tell me if you're a lich.
Well, first off, I don't have to tell you shit.
Fair enough.
Oh god.
Secondly, looking
Conrad,
into the
you can't just
past.
ask people if they're a lich.
I just did.
Stop trying to make Lich happen. It's not gonna happen.
Oh god.
It's usually a pretty good idea to make sure liches don't happen. They're bad.
It's a lot easier to look into the past than it is in the future. Now you... First
you?
lesson, for free. He stops and he closes his eyes and he raises his hands. Red robes. Red robes with gold thread embroidery. They're gone now. But they were here, yes. I can see breaking into the crypt.
So much for
Releasing the
sky
creature
burials and burnings.
from its slumber. Taking the dead. Befouling the cave. Good job on cleaning it, by the way.
Cheers.
Mm.
They're gone now. Out of this town. He opens his eyes. That's all I can see.
Did you happen to notice if any of the gold thread embroidery matched the shape of the tattoo that you removed from those two dudes?
It was exactly the same pattern.
I thought it probably might be.
Yep.
Well, that's definitely more information than we had to go on before.
But why would you? What point is raising a random vampire?
Unless
Maybe
it
they don't
wasn't
need a
random.
point. Maybe they're just dicks.
No,
I-
no. The young mistress has a point. Remember,
Princess.
it's not the how, it's the why. Seek out the why.
You said releasing the creature from its slumber. I wonder if they got a little bit more than they bargained for when they broke into that crypt.
I've seen all that the fate will show me.
Should we look at the crypt?
We should
Might
look
be
at the
fun.
crypt.
I wouldn't call it fun.
Well,
That's
I mean, you know, undead very rarely are fun, but yeah, we should probably look at the crypt.
Mr. Blackstone, sir.
Yes.
Do you know more about the cult associated with that symbol that we mentioned?
They are shrouded. Even from me.
All of it? Like the final
That's
battle
nasty.
that killed him?
Fate won't show me more.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
shall we go and look at the crypt then?
Do let's.
Yep.
You make your way through the town.
No saying goodbye to Blackstone?
I will. I should go and say goodbye to Blackstone, and then we'll
Going to
head
nod
to the
politely.
I assume that you
Exit.
said goodbye to Blackstone, but okay.
We'll say thank you and goodbye. Go and look at the crypt.
Remember, you'll see things that you wish you hadn't.
Already have.
Already have, sir.
That's true. Ion's blessing upon you.
You too.
And to you.
Rebecca's on you.
Thank you.
Conrad's not very good with gods.
All right. So you make your way through the town. There's a cemetery with an ornate crypt. And inside the tomb, the mausoleum is the word I was trying to think of.
Mm-hmm.
With the symbol of the ruling family of Stone's Throw upon it. There's a hole in the side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not good.
Nobody
Can-
considered.
Could you perhaps could I prevail upon you to see if there's any lingering badness?
I'll go and have a look-see, shall I? I would like to use Divine Sense.
Okay. What's the range on that? 60 feet?
It is.
Okay.
So I want to do it, when I'm as close to the crypt as I can.
Well,
the
you guys
mausoleum.
can get right up into the mausoleum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's a hole in the wall.
Whatever was there is long gone.
Guys, I'm not picking up anything unusual here.
Well, I mean that's good.
Can
I
you
mean
pick
that
up
means
all
there's
living
not.
things, or just things that are like corrupted by evil and stuff.
I can open my senses to the essence of things around me and things that are very, very evil or very, very consecrated or holy stand out among the background noise. But here it's just background noise.
So there
Well,
could be
I mean-
people in the middle in the crypt.
Well, I mean
Yeah.
that's good. I mean at least we know there's nothing
It's not like a full.
super evil.
It's not like a full labyrinthine crypt. It's a one building mausoleum.
Right, so there could be people who are in the middle of the consecrated or evil spectrum there.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be us.
Well, yes, Conrad.
I would like to see if I can see any symbols or like holy markings or spell runes or anything like that that I would sort of recognize the purpose of, specifically for like keeping things dead or keeping things non-touched by evil or anything in that sort of range.
Give me a religion check.
I would like to help her.
And while she's doing that, I would like to look at the hole.
Okay, so
I'd like to ask if anybody knows if they're putting Amir's wife back in here or what.
Okay, one thing at a time, guys. Hold on. Zaraza, make a religion check, but first, if Ice is going to assist, Ice, make an investigation check. Okay, you are not able to assist. Zaraza, just make a straight religion check.
Nah.
Conrad, make an investigation check.
Okay. Five. There's a hole.
Unfortunately,
Is there, though?
Unfortunately, everything that you've seen here has been picked over. Considering that from what people have said, that whatever happened here happened a few weeks ago. There's nothing lingering It's been relatively cleaned out. There's not like a pile of rubble to sift through. It looks like, aside from repairing the hole, the mausoleum has been pretty much restored to normal, thereby erasing whatever evidence might have been left over.
Okay. And I think the plan with the corpse of the wife was to, like, sanctify it and then set it on fire, right?
That was my plan.
That was what the guy said?
It?
Yeah, like we talked to the guy in the morgue, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna like bless it so that it's not evil anymore, and then like burn it or something."
And then and cremate, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to hunt around for magic of any kind floating around this place.
In the mausoleum.
Yeah.
Your favorite Arcana roll.
Regular.
I will assist.
You sound so
How are you
enthusiastic.
going to assist Conrad looking for magic?
I've made Arcana rolls before.
All right, make an Arcana roll, Conrad, to see if you can assist.
4.
Nope. Okay. Menel will make a regular.
Oh.
We are
We're so
bad
useless.
at magic.
We are the worst at this.
I'm just glad that all of the bad rolls are happening now.
Menel's gonna poke her head back outside the crypt and go, "So, it occurs to me that day when we were covering, like, wards and explosive symbols... Yeah, no, I wasn't there."
So unfortunately,
They only spent a day covering that?
So unfortunately, as
No,
you...
they'd spent many days, I just wasn't there.
Unfortunately, as you guys were going and investigating the rest of the cemetery, you saw just the standard blessings to the various gods, a few to the Raven Queen, a few to Paelor, one to Rebecca.
Oh, hey, Starcrest.
Rebecca has influence everywhere.
Oh, okay.
And Rebecca's symbols are more just, the just obvious.
Rebecca does not
food
have a home
service.
symbol. She has a franchise symbol.
You send the temple 20 gold and they give you a starter kit.
Cut out there, Kay.
But yeah, you don't really find anything out of place.
I wonder if it would be somewhat gauche to just straight up ask the mayor, so before your wife died, did she turn into a vampire, and did you inter her in a magic crypt to stop her from rising again?
I mean, it
That'd
seems
be
like a
very
logical
good.
question.
We could also ask the dude who's in charge of the mortuary, but I kind of feel like he might have, like, patient confidentiality that he has to worry about.
I have a
Patients are dead.
question.
Does it count?
Was it?
I think if it's dead, they especially count. My question was, when we met the mayor, were there windows in his office?
There were windows in his office.
Is it sunny today?
It is in fact sunny today.
I got nothing.
That is a good question though.
Those were all good questions.
That was good.
Suspicious bastard 101. Always suspect the victim.
Were the curtains open?
No, I mean,
Should we
they're
just like wander around with a sandwich board, like that one episode of Sherlock where it says looking for bad guys? We just have a sandwich board that says looking for vampires.
Has anybody seen the Joker?
You laugh, but
At this point, it might just be cult shenanigans. I mean, clearly it's cult shenanigans, but like...
Like why would you specifically raise a person who's been dead for a while as a vampire? Like that seems weirdly specific.
Psychological
because fuck
fuckery.
them in particular, I guess.
Yeah, like maybe
Psychological fuckery?
like they can infiltrate the ruling family and then turn them into vampires. Who knows? Like it seemed
Vampires-
like
I don't like vampires.
it kind of
I
seemed
don't
like
either
she
now.
wasn't really like doing like she seemed self-interested. She wanted her kid and she wanted to hang out with her kid and like make a creepy little nest with clothes and blankies and a whoopee.
I mean,
Like
for
that
all
doesn't
we
seem
know,
like cult
that was-
shenanigans.
For all we know, that
Well,
was just
I
a
mean-
miscalculation on the cult's part. Maybe they just assumed the woman in power would just want more power and didn't think about the fact that she just want her kid.
Yeah, they were like, okay, we're writing this down in our cult playbook. Don't raise people as vampires anymore.
No, I mean, you can
Well,
still raise them as vampires. I mean, she caused chaos. They got the desired effect. We just caught it before it got any worse.
Yeah.
I
Well, we
mean,
know she
I'm
doesn't-
operating off the assumption
She'd have to
that
keep eating
cults
people.
are dumb.
She'd have to keep eating
Or
people,
at least
so like,
chaotic.
at some point more people would get eaten.
Okay, how's about we see if there's a town chronicler or someone who knows about the history of the town to see.
Oh,
if...
hey, libraries, because we have a lot of luck in libraries.
Y'all can deal with the libraries. I'm gonna go get some supplies if that's okay.
That sounds good. Who is there a
There's
library?
actually one thing I wanted to check, so how about we do this? Mila can get her supplies, I Staraza go to the library, and I go to the ship, to the harbor master, to see where our fancy cultist went to.
That's probably a good plan.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll have to split the party, but what could possibly happen?
Maybe we should like split
Why
in
would you
half
say that?
instead of
Because I did
splitting-
it deliberately.
instead of being alone.
Okay, we can split up. Mila with me, Daraza with us?
Okay, so
Sounds good.
what if you and I go to the library first, and then if we don't find anything there, we can be charismatic at the mayor of the town and maybe try and probe him for information.
Why
Yeah,
probe
you
and not
did
just ask?
You do the people things, we'll do the other thing.
No, send
We
Metal to do the people thing. It'll be hilarious.
You know, Conrad, you can ask around. What better place to know if there are new people than a marketplace? I mean, it's a town, but surely people would notice weird people while I'm
Sounds fair.
shopping.
While you're shopping, I will investigate, and then we'll go to the harbor, and then we'll meet for lunch.
Maybe
Yeah.
there's like a seamstress in town who did some repairs on red
An
and gold.
elaborately embroidered
I
dress.
will look into
Yeah.
that.
Like these people aren't going to do their own sewing. Like they're going to get these things
Maybe
like
they
properly
needed
tailored.
ingredients. Maybe
Yeah, I
they
can't
needed
see-
ingredients for things.
I can't see cultists being very crafty.
Yeah, their robes were probably designed by like Hugo
Okay,
Boss or something.
Can I think about if they were to use magic to explode the crypt instead of like other means? Can I think about what they would need?
You can.
They just
think
need a
about what
pissed
they
off
would need.
vampire.
Well, no, to get into the crypt.
Oh.
Like, is there a standard breaking into mausoleum spell?
Yeah. Well, I mean, breaking down
Grasp.
walls, explosions.
You know
Alright,
that
so-
there are a lot of spells that cause explosions.
Yeah.
That's really what spells are
Spark-
for
spark
when
to
you
do,
get
man.
down to it.
Mm.
Okay, so team social, team marketplace. Break.
Okay. I'm going to flip a coin. Team social.
Okay. So library
Library?
first.
Okay.
Okay. You head up to the library, and what is it you're looking for?
Looking for a couple of things. One of the things is I want to see a map
Okay.
because I like his maps.
You find a map.
Cool. What's the continent look like?
Kind of like a lumpy scone. Like a really poorly baked one.
When you get down to it, all continents look like poorly baked scones.
It looks like a rounded triangle.
Cool.
Okay, what's it called?
Oh, fuck if I remember.
I asked this in advance, Kay.
I'll get back. I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay. Where is Stone Throw located on the continent?
On the map that you have, it's at one of the tips.
Which
the
one?
Triangle. Of the map that you have, the lowest one.
Okay, and the triangle is pointing down?
The triangle is kind of lopsided, but there's one that is pointing down.
Okay.
It's a small continent.
Okay.
So the town actually encompasses a very visible portion of the map.
Right, so about the size of Gilwyn or smaller?
Way smaller. It's more of an island than a continent.
It's Tasmania. We're on Tasmania.
You're on Tasmania.
So would that make me... No, never.
Yes, it would.
God damn it.
This is Tasmania. We're in Hobart.
Okay. That's that then.
Sorry, I
second
don't have a map ready to show you. I wasn't anticipating this.
No, I'll make one. It's okay.
Okay.
Next up is the town's history. Is there something like significant events that happened in this town, either recently or during the war with Nazareth?
Especially anything involving vampires.
Or cults.
Okay, give me.
Or vampiric cults.
All right. So with those as your restricting terms, go ahead and make a history roll.
Okay, you're dropping out. Could you repeat?
With those as your restricting terms, go ahead and make a history roll.
History.
There is nothing in the town history about vampires or cults. It has been a point of conflict, as in a physical point of conflict, in some battles with pirates. Being along a trade route, even though it is a small town, it has seen its fair share of combat and raids, and it's managed to, protect itself, or often able to get a passing ship from Drakengard to help safeguard its deliveries. Nothing really of the sort of information that you're looking for.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there a librarian around?
This will end well.
Nope.
There is an elderly human woman.
Okay. Excuse me, miss?
Yes?
My friend and I here were, well, we're part of a group of traveling adventurers, and you may have heard about the kerfuffle that went on during the night.
The cave. Yes.
Yes, we came across a number of interesting things while we at the adventuring party were out there, and we were hoping to find some clues. We're investigating what might have happened to trigger everything. Would you be willing to help us?
I can try.
Oh, that would be a lovely thing. You see, there was a vampire in the in the caves. But don't worry, we've taken care of the vampire.
Oh, nasty business that, yes.
Yeah, very, very. So, we have reason to believe that this vampire has risen recently, but was put into a sort of stasis when they were deceased, and may have been infected, either before being interned, or may have been turned after a long time. So we have reason to believe that a specific cult was involved in this, and they often operate with a very distinct symbol, and I sort of gesture at the symbol. Don't write it down, just, I don't have anything to write it down on. Would you happen to know anything about any of that?
Oh, I can take a look.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
She goes through some of the catalogs. Flicking through, she finds the location of a book that has common necromantic symbols in it.
Mm-hmm.
And pulls the book out and starts flipping through it. What was that symbol again?
It is... do you have a pen and paper?
Yes, here.
All right, and I draw out the symbol.
She flicks through the book. It takes her a while. It's not exclusively a book for necromantic symbols. It has all sorts of iconography for arcane rituals. Unfortunately, neither of you come across it in the book. No, this is the only place in this library that would have something like that if it did. You may want to go to the Drakengard. The university has quite a lot more of magical texts than our humble little town has.
Drakengard is a long ways away, but we do happen to be heading in that general direction.
Well,
So we will definitely check that out. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Daraza, do you have anything you'd like to ask?
Not at the moment, no. I really like your books, they're very nice.
Thank you, dear. I like your
Oh.
hair.
Thank you.
I used to
I-
have my
I-
hair in little buns like that before. When I was a little girl, you really remind me of myself as a little girl.
Thank you.
Well,
could
I
put my
must say-
hair in those buns again. Yes, that would be fun.
It would.
I do have another question.
Yes.
There is something called the Keystones of Reality. They are apparently magical artifacts of great power. They are a field of interest of mine. Would you happen to have any books on, long lost magical artifacts, legends, myths, or maybe even something along the lines of, here are the Keystones of Reality?
Well, we do have some books on old fables.
Oh,
Old
that would be
legendaries?
good. I grin at Daraza.
I like stories.
If you're heading to Drakengard, then you can't take this book with you.
Oh, of course not.
But if you bring it back before you leave, I just need some sort of verification of your identity, just in case.
Okay, do I have anything of that on me?
I don't
Do
know,
we
you?
carry ID?
I don't know. Do you?
Like, do they issue driver's licenses?
Do you have any kind
yes.
of papers on you that has your name and anything on you?
Yeah, I have my military ID from MA Company.
All right, well, there you go.
So I hand that over.
Ah. Haven't seen one of these in a while.
No, we mostly operated on Greenhold, but the larger mercenary company, yeah, they get around.
There was a woman that came through here, had one of these.
Oh, what was she like?
She was very boisterous.
That
Very,
still
very-
doesn't narrow it down all that much. What was that?
She's very boisterous, very, very loud. I had to ask her to leave, but she was very nice. She came back the next day and apologized.
That's good. That may have even been somebody I know. Though quite a lot of the people in general in the guild were boisterous. What did she look like?
She was about as tall as you were.
That could have been Maiev. Large woman, half orc.
Yes, that sounds about right.
Right. She's actually a friend of mine. Do you happen to know where she went?
No, she stopped in for a couple days, and then I didn't see her again.
And this was how long ago?
About a month ago.
That is very, very helpful indeed. Thank you very much. Drazo, you good with the book?
Yep. I've already started reading it.
Of course you have. Come on, save that for the end. We got things to do.
Yeah. I can walk and read, it's a thing.
Right. Okay.
Well, she's a gnome. She can just ride on Asa's shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to, carry you?
Yeah, sure, fine.
All right then.
Because that's not condescending at all.
It means I can read, it's great.
Up you go. And she's on my shoulder.
Whee!
All right.
Thank you.
Is that everything that you guys wanted to do?
That is everything that we wanted to do.
All right, let's move on to team retail.
Team retail.
So you make your way to the marketplace. It's getting close to noon, and so it's definitely bustling.
I'd like to head over to the pawn shop if that's all right.
Okay.
While she's doing the pawn shop, I'm going to find a tailor.
Okay. There is a pawn shop. Let me pull up the pawn shop.
Isn't this the same pawn shop we've all gone to before? Or am I
Yeah.
getting places really mixed up? Okay, good.
No, this is the place.
That's how I know about it.
So you go in, and there's an elven woman sitting at the desk, popping a bubble from her chewing gum. She looks up and gives a half-hearted wave, and then goes back to her book.
I would like to look around for any sort of necklace.
Of a necklace, just like a mundane necklace.
I mean, preferably gold, but I'll take copper or, even if it's a little bit, oxidized, I can clean it up.
Okay.
Bronze. I love bronze, but bronze necklaces are not all that prevalent.
You are able to find a what looks like a bit more of a sturdy, although not like clunky, necklace, which looks like silver, but as you pick it up, it appears to be more like a surgical steel. So
I'm
nice,
sorry, steel? Cool.
nice, durable. Won't rust, won't tarnish.
Yeah.
Won't cause any kind of metallic allergies on your skin in case you had any of those.
What's it look like? Is it like a simple?
It's just a simple, like, not like thick chains, but definitely chain. It's pretty.
Okay. I'd like to walk up to the counter and hold it up and be like, thoughts?
Suits you.
Pardon?
It suits you.
If that was for me, that would be great. What are your thoughts on its price?
Oh, can give that away for 5 gold?
Sure. Okay. Menelil's apparently forgotten her bargaining lessons. I'm gonna. Is there anything else I need from here? I think there is. Is there, like, out of curiosity, Kay, could I find anything that I could, like, easily attach to a necklace that would normally hold a gem? Like, you know, these days we have, like, the little, like, twisty things you can put a gem in and then hang it on a necklace.
You might have to go to a jewel crafter for that. It wouldn't necessarily be in the pawn shop.
Or
I
if
thought
you've
maybe
got
they'd
some
have, like, a
wired
knickknacks
tweezers.
drawer or something. Maybe a knickknacks drawer.
Tell you what, make an investigation check.
Ah, okay. We'll see.
I used to have one of those that I wore a d20 in.
18!
There's some scraps of wire and stuff that you could probably fashion into a kind of a rudimentary setting.
Okay. I'm gonna hold those up. Be like, these?
10 silver.
Okay. What's the breakdown of that again?
That's 1 gold.
Okay.
She was
okay.
just kind of
Cool.
impressing upon you that it's like not really worth much.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you for your time. I'm gonna shove it in my outfit wherever it fits and move
You
on
have a
with my life.
bag.
You have a bag of holding.
Whatever.
You have a bag of
Pockets are for
holding, but you
plebeians.
shove it into your cleavage anyway because why not?
'Cause what
Okay,
else is
first of
Cleveland
all, real
full
talk, please don't do that because I work retail and that is disgusting.
of? Why? It's just sweat and I already purchased it.
Yeah, but for just for,
Watching other
just for your
people
everyday
grow
life,
food is kind of weird.
It's not
If
like I'm
you-
pulling things from my cleavage to hand to people.
just in future, don't keep money in your boobs, please. Don't.
If they gave us pockets, we wouldn't have to.
You have a
Pockets
bag of holding.
Pockets on holding on everybody's
I
pants.
meant IRL. Anyway. Moving on. I'm gonna go find Conrad.
Okay. Looking for a tailor.
Looking for Conrad, looking for a tailor.
Preferably bespoke.
Okay. You find a tailor.
Have I caught up to him? Or
Yeah.
is this while I'm talking to the... Okay.
I will, I'm actually just going to ask the, counter person if they've, had any, if they've had any recent, repair work for, red robes with gold trim. I'm looking for a friend, and they mentioned that they might have been in the area, but they're kind of, it's just a long story.
Oh, I haven't done any repair work, but I've got some lovely red cloth if you want. I can make you a red robe.
You know what? Let me come back to that. How much would a red robe with some gold, with a thread of gold embroidery cost? I do have a design.
How tall is Conrad?
About 5'10".
Depending on how complicated the embroidery is,
Not terribly complicated, I shouldn't think.
tell you what, I can quote you about 50 gold, with allowances for if it's any more complicated than I'm imagining.
Of course, not a problem. I do have some other business in the office, in the market today, so let me go and attend to that, and we'll see if we can do some business.
Okay, thank you.
After we leave, it says, "Okay, well, I think I might have a plan."
I was going
no.
to ask spell ingredient shops, but sure, what's your plan?
My plan is, when we do find these bastards, we have a robe and we infiltrate them so we can get them all in a group and then take them all out all at once, or even get information without having to kill them right away.
Do you think they know each other or no?
They're cults. I mean, they're cells. They probably don't know all of them just for operational security if they're competent at all.
Okay, I'm sold.
I mean, that's... Kay, would I know how cultists did it during the war?
Give me, like, the last half of that again.
Basically, I wanted to know if I would know anything about how cultists operated during the war, like as sales or anything like that.
As far as you know,
I can give you a history check.
give me a history check.
18.
They showed up one day with a giant fuck-off dragon.
So I wouldn't know how the cults themselves behave.
No, everybody was kind of focused on the big fuck-off dragon.
Fair play, fair play.
We lost a lot of our navy to that dragon.
I mean, that's not going to affect how I'm playing this, but
No,
so
it's a
here's
good
my
thought.
plan.
It's a very good thought. It's just the wrong one for this situation.
Here's my plan. We get some robes to look like occultists, and that way, if we run into a situation where cultists may be, and we use a disguise, they'll think we're occultists, and we can go from there.
I mean, I've heard worse plans in my life.
I've made worse plans in my life.
Yes, you have. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
But anyway, spell ingredients.
Hey.
Let's do your thing first.
Would I know how accepting the cult was back in the day of various different races? Like, were they racist as fuck, or were they just like, whatever, everybody's here to serve the Dark Overlord?
They had a big fuck-off dragon.
That's all I know.
That's all
Yeah.
pretty much anybody knows.
Okay.
I don't know that there was a huge amount of like going
Honestly,
into
there wasn't
politics.
really there weren't really cultists around the big fuck-off dragon. There was just a big fuck-off dragon.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like if your big fuck off dragon isn't dead yet, you don't really need a necromantic cult.
That's
well,
fair.
To be fair, you always need a necromantic cult. It's just whether
The war,
you have.
the war was there were dragons and there were some other stuff that went and assaulted the big cities. That's what the war was. There wasn't really a kind of clandestine, as far as the Kingdom's Alliance knew about. There was not some sort of big clandestine conspiracy to arrange the dragons. They just kind of showed up. There were aberrations that
Multiple
were there
dragons.
with them.
Or
Like
there's a
dragons
cult
and
they have
aberrations of
really,
one.
really good OPSEC, and we just don't know it.
That's also a possibility.
As far as your government knew, they showed up one day with a big fuck-off dragon.
I always assume that the cultists are at least as smart as I am.
And that's
Oh.
you, and that's you personally. You can run with this theory as much as you want. I'm just saying that as far as official information that you had gotten from your superiors, there was a big fuck-off dragon.
Look, I'm trying to turn this into Delta Green. Just let me.
I'm not stopping you. I'm just telling you what your official word was. I'm not
So,
stopping
yeah, this
you
is
from
turning into
interpreting
Delta
you can interpret it however the fuck you want.
We're gonna run into a green box. It's gonna be great. Okay, so Mello, you wanted to look at spell components?
Yes, I want to look at places where people could buy spell components.
Let's do that thing.
Okay.
Alright.
You make your way into the local apothecary. There is
There's someone at the counter?
a younger gnome behind the counter, basically cleaning the counter. Because when you have an apothecary with lots of different spell components, you want to make sure all your surfaces are perfectly disinfected, and there's no cross-contamination.
Yes. Menelil's gonna fetch right up against the counter and she's gonna say, "Hi, how's business today?"
No, about as much as it usually is. Just
How was business 2 weeks ago? Or wait, when did the crypt get broken into?
Wow, going in hard on this.
About 3
Like-
months
Hang on
ago.
a sec. 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago?
3 months ago, like
3 months
it was-
ago.
3 months
Oh,
ago.
3
It was
months
3
ago.
months ago, yeah. About 3 months ago.
Yeah. How was business 3 months ago?
About the same as ever.
Interesting. Any, like, weird requests happen about that time?
There's a weird request happening now.
Yes, I'm aware, but did any happen then?
I'm going to take Min a little in a kind of little side hug and says, "How about we try this a little bit differently?"
I would like to roll persuasion. No.
What,
Go ahead.
I just want to know. I just wanted to know if there were any, if there were any weird requests, or if there was just like an abnormal maybe amount of spell ingredients purchased by possibly a suspicious person in a robe.
A spellcaster in a robe? What is this nonsense?
You know,
What sort of wizard wears red?
Master Gnome, my name is Conrad Hicks.
neutral wizards in Dragonlance.
I'm sure you remember the unpleasantness last night. We're actually following up on that.
Okay.
We wanted to see if anyone had made any unusual purchases in the last 3 months that would really help our investigation. And I'm sure that the mayor
Or
would be
slightly
more
before
than
that.
happy to
Now here's the
remember this come tax time.
Here's the thing: is that we carry a lot of unusual things, and we sell a lot of unusual things. So you really are gonna have to be more specific.
Can I
I'll-
rattle off the ingredients of an explosive spell?
Sure.
Or a necromancy spell? Or both?
Give me a spell.
Raise dead.
Okay. Have raise dead, not animate dead.
Either or. They're similar ingredients, aren't they?
Animate
not-
Dead would be the most
Raised
powerful
Dead
version.
uses like
I don't know, I'm a sorcerer, not a wizard.
You still use material components.
Not as much. And I have different spells.
Raise dead is a diamond worth at least 500 gold pieces.
Anybody have a super awesome sparkly diamond lately?
No, not really. I don't really sell gems. I sell things like griffin feathers and like Eye of New.
I just had an idea.
and
I can hit
weird-
2 birds with 1 stone. But not now. Sorry, continue.
What are you killing?
Nothing. That doesn't deserve it. Continue.
I would defer to your judgment, Master Gnome. Anything that strikes you with your professional knowledge as being just you
Odd.
don't get any call for it. Something
I'm
that
gonna bio break, I'll be right back.
seems off. Anything you can give me at all would be
I've already
most
told you,
helpful.
there's nothing, there haven't been any weird requests. I can tell you right now that, necromancy doesn't really come from the kind of components that you can buy in a store.
And of course, fair. That is fair enough. Thank you very much, Master Gnome.
How about a spell explosive enough to break through a fairly
And
thick,
we're
strong crypt
walking.
wall?
Nice, I sell those too. Why, do you want some?
I was just wondering if someone maybe... It's a long shot, but if the ingredients were bought wholesale...
Hang on a second.
I will keep talking to NPCs until plot comes out.
God damn it. I'm gonna go to that jewelsmith and see if anybody bought a giant diamond from him.
The material component for the fireball spell, for example, is a tiny ball of bat guano and a pinch of sulfur. Sulfur is used in a lot of spells.
Yeah, 'cause
so
fire.
people buying sulfur isn't really out of the ordinary at all. Even in
And
Why
you
don't we have
can
any
find
regulation
bat
on these
guano.
things?
I mean, there's a cave nearby. We fought bats.
Why don't we have any regulation on these things? Ugh.
So it's
Okay.
like
Thank you for your time. I'm gonna hand him a silver piece and walk away.
Okay, my turn again. I'm going to go to the harbor master.
okay. It is now mid-afternoon.
Okay. Getting close to lunchtime.
No, it's way past lunchtime. It's mid-afternoon.
Damn it.
Um,
Sorry,
Pick
go
up some
ahead.
food on your way to the harbor.
Okay, so you make your way to the port.
You cut out there, Kay.
I said you make your way to the port.
Mhm.
To do what?
I'm going to take the lead
going
on
to
this,
speak to
Conrad.
I'm going to speak to the harbor master, please.
Okay.
I'm going to sit and look pretty.
You are
reach
very
the-
good at that.
You
I am.
reach the port authority. And you manage to find the harbor master, a gruff, burly man, in short sleeves. It's like, yes, hi.
Thank you. Thank you very much for seeing me. My name is Conrad Hicks. I'm working with the mayor, following up to that business last night.
Right. He said you needed passage to Drakengard. Is it just the two of you then?
Absolutely. That is not. Like I said, we do need the passage to Drakengard, but this is actually following up to a matter more directly related to last night and the unpleasantness. I'm just following. We're on the. We're getting following inquiries about who may have actually perpetrated it. And I was wondering if in the past 3-4 months you've seen anyone more unusual than normal. Specifically anyone who's wearing robes with thread of gold.
Carrying robes, the
anything
symbol.
Anyone who looked like they didn't really belong is where I'm really. So anything that looked weird.
I really feel like I shouldn't be giving you guys an anvil hint right now. But you can take robes off.
That's why I'm looking around for
I know.
symbols.
I'm acting for people who
Or
act
luggage.
suspiciously.
Luggage, symbols.
Like you can look completely normal right up until the point where you don't.
You keep cutting out, Kay.
I said you can look completely normal right up to the point where you don't.
Yeah, but there's no point in not asking.
Okay.
I am holding up a picture of the symbol though and going, seen this anywhere?
Alright, make a persuasion check.
Me?
Both of you.
20.
23.
Alright.
Ah, fuck.
Oh shit.
Well, get weirdos in all the time. Like you lot.
Yep,
Fair
Saw that
play.
coming.
Fair play.
saw that coming.
So, bunch of people do wear red. It's a common color around these parts. Couldn't tell you if anybody looks suspicious while wearing red, but I'll tell you what. Let me go. Let me take you back to the Lost and Found and see if anybody left anything behind.
May
And
as
the
well.
symbol?
I mean, well, we can look while we're back there.
I was wondering
It's
if
our
you'd
best
seen it.
lead so far.
That's
Wondering if he'd seen it.
that's as much as he could tell you.
Okay. So,
He takes you back into the office, and there's a pile of like lost luggage and discarded clothes and all sorts of stuff that they found lying about the port. There's lost and found. If you're looking for something suspicious, chances are it's been through here.
Well, thank you very much.
thank you.
I'll start on one side of the room, and Menlo can start on the other, and we'll just
Yep.
do a quick
I would like
search.
to keep an eye out for shinies, though, as I go.
Of course.
So you're going to rob the lost and found.
I'm not.
it really robbing if
I
it's
can't
lost
guarantee
already?
that. Yes. Yes, it is. That is literally what robbery means.
Not if it's already lost. Anyway, continue.
So, perception, investigation.
That would be perception.
Perception?
Perception.
I'm trained in that one, thank goodness.
I am as well. Yay, 20.
12.
Conrad,
And-
you don't find shit.
Didn't think so.
Menelil, you find a tattered, discarded red robe.
Does it have funky embroidery and the symbols that we're looking for?
It has funky embroidery. It does not specifically have the symbols that you're looking for, but it has the same kind of funky embroidery.
Do I find anything else shiny?
You find a lot of shiny stuff. There's gold. There's all sorts of coins. There's like sparkly glass stones. There's lots of shiny stuff.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Conrad.
Are you going to be taking the shiny stuff, or are you going to be leaving?
Nah.
it?
There's nothing super sparkly.
I'm
Yes.
so proud of you.
Is she a dragon or is she a magpie?
Both.
Yes.
The two are
They're
interchangeable.
different, really.
Conrad. They have found a robe with funky embroidery, but not the funky embroidery that we're probably looking for.
Well, I mean, was it in luggage, or was it just loose by itself?
It was loose.
Okay, was it in luggage or was it loose by itself?
It was
It's
loose by
tattered like
itself.
it got torn up though.
It was in a pile.
I mean,
it was in a
one could
pile of
surmise-
discarded clothes.
Tell me,
Well-
are any of the rips around the neck or shoulder area?
The most of the tears are around the hemlines. There's what looks like claw marks down the torso. It does look like it's got some dried brown blood.
Okay, so looking at this, here's
Is
just
anything
what
around the
I'm.
neck or shoulder?
Here's what I'm
Not
guessing.
specifically.
Here's how I think this went down.
I
Cultist,
wonder if we give this to Blackstone, can he like use it as a focus?
possibly. Cultist jerk
Let me figure out
raises
a section.
raises the Lady Mare. Lady Mare does not want to be raised. Attacks Cultist jerk. Cultist jerk blows his way out of the mausoleum, or blew his way in. Escapes. Ditches his robe because it shows that he is, of course, a cultist jerk. And then, I got nothing.
I mean, that's a theory. Should we take it with us or no?
No, we probably should not rob our host, even if it is kind of a ready robe.
I feel like they were giving us permission for the robe, okay? Might be the loosest sketch of permission.
You can ask.
Yes, let's do that thing. Let's do the reasonable thing.
The
Not
Harbor Master may not be in the room with you, but he's like around that you can go and ask him.
I mean,
I will do that.
if we-
I'll ask if we can take this for our investigation.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you
Told
very
you.
much, sir.
Wasn't that easy?
I was under the impression he'd given us permission before, but let's go.
I need to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Wow.
But feel free to do your thing.
In character or out of character?
Both. I'd like to go to the dude who I made the necklace for and who has all the gems.
Okay, the surly dwarf
Yes.
with the fine dwarven crafts.
Yes.
From Rosamond?
I would like to first look longingly at the necklace that I made.
It's not there. He's already sold it.
You motherfucker. Okay, fine. And then I'm going to say, hello, how's it going?
Oh, hi.
Okay.
yes.
Can I have made my way to the marketplace now and bought Menlo? Or can we?
Yeah, you guys can have made your way there.
All right.
So you're there, and Daraza's kind of like
I'll
strapped to your
come
chest
with-
within like a baby Bjorn.
Yeah.
Are you still reading?
Yeah.
Okay.
What in the name of all that is good and decent are you wearing, Ice?
She's not actually
Latest
strapped in a
fashion,
baby, Bjorn, unless you want to be.
Like, I kind of picture myself sitting in the hood of his cloak as he wears it.
You're kind of like sitting on his shoulders, like toddlers do.
Yeah. Like, the cloak is attached to the breastplate with buckles, and the hood is kind of like a bag at the back of his neck.
So
and
you're
that is
curled
where I am
up.
sitting.
You're curled up like a cat.
Basically.
Okay.
I fit, I sit.
There you go.
Apparently,
Manuel
it's a-
paying no attention to any of this.
Well, of course, you hear a clanking behind you.
I hear it clinking behind me. I was wondering, have you sold any very large, very shiny diamonds recently? Or, and by recently, I mean the past 3 or 4 months.
Haven't had diamonds in here for a while.
That's really unfortunate. Okay. That's cool. No other questions. Bye.
And
I
hi,
walk
Manuel.
away.
Hi, we're back.
Hi, Ice.
Mr. Rosa.
And I just turn a quarter turn.
Ah, hey,
Well-
Rosa.
A lazy hand kind of peeks out from the coiled hood, and then goes back in.
She found a book.
Ah,
Ah.
nice. All right. Well, we found a robe. It looked like it's been cultisty, but
I mean, I looked it up.
honestly,
My
at
book.
this point, I think we are better off going on to Drakengard, because
I think so.
yeah,
All right.
I've reached a dead
we are running out of
Very
plot.
Right.
Let's
I
give
will-
it to the wizard to look at, and like maybe he can do something with it, and the local authorities can like do whatever they want.
I mean, that was my thought, but
That sounds good.
I still have a
And
gig to play tonight.
Yeah.
do you guys want to do that while
Oh
I
yeah,
work
well,
on
we
my
can leave
stuff?
tomorrow. That's fine.
Tomorrow sounds good.
Okay.
And I found out that a friend of mine recently passed through town, probably. She was at the library, but I have no idea where she went. So I would like to, maybe ask around, see if anyone's seen her.
Menelil's gonna turn on her heel and walk right back to the gem merchant.
Man,
Okay.
are you okay?
I'm.
With ice. She's pulling ice.
Oh no.
What now? Hi. What?
Hi. More questions.
Yes.
Have you seen?
What?
Describe your friend.
Oh, about my size. Woman. She's a half orc, and last time I saw her, she had a thing for feathers and a large staff. Black hair.
Is that a
Green eyes.
euphemism?
Oh yes, I've seen her.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Oh, great. I heard she was in town like a couple of weeks ago. Was that when you saw her?
Yeah. Close to a month ago. Yeah.
All right. Do you have any idea where she went? Because
She
the
was.
chances of me running into her are remote at best. To have her here is just wow.
She was talking about having a job in Stormcrest.
Really?
Stormcrest. You what? Man, are you okay?
I just said really. I'm just interested because Stonecrest.
Okay.
She didn't specify. I didn't ask.
If
Do you know who
If
she's
she's-
working for?
if she's
she
in
didn't
Stormcrest-
specify. I didn't ask.
If she's in Stormcrest, I'm sure we'll find her when we get there. Turns out that we apparently have friends in high places in Stormcrest. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, and we turn to leave, and
And on that
he
note,
may-
on that
What was
note,
that?
I'm going to end this for the day.
all right.
So this is we're reaching the 3-hour mark, and I gotta go eat something. My energy is flagging. So anyway, thank you for listening, everybody, and you have a wonderful day.